You are listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast with Janice, mental health in bite-sized chunks. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. I'm your host, Janice, and in today's episode, I thought we would explore a client that we'll call Penny, and their journey through self-exploration. So this is a client that came into therapy in their early 20s and was looking to explore life and how to communicate, how to set boundaries, how to build relationships, and how to kind of build a life as they start to explore the world on their own. So I met Penny when she was about 21 or 22, and she came into therapy. She had just moved out on her own and was feeling kind of unstable in her relationships. So a lot of the things that we explored in our time together was the relationships that she was building and exploring friendships and how to communicate with them, all while doing a lot of work exploring what did she want with her life, what did she value, what did she want to put her effort into, and exploring herself. And throughout this journey of building relationships with herself, we were also building a therapeutic relationship. And this was probably one of the most important parts of my work with Penny, is that we were building a relationship and she was learning how to communicate and trust and share in a relationship, because she was feeling so unstable in her relationships outside of the therapeutic one. So a lot of the work that she was doing in therapy was learning how to build relationship. As our time moved on, Penny had some diagnoses come up for her, and so she was able to go and explore what that meant for her and then come back to therapy. So this was a therapeutic relationship that lasted for many years, and she was able to always come back to her relationship with me as the stable base and then go out and do more exploration. And because she was quite young when she came into therapy, there was this opportunity to grow and learn and explore, and always know that she could come back to this therapeutic base and explore what was happening. So a lot of the work that we did was questions and exploring what she wants, and some tool building, but not a lot of tool building, because again, this therapeutic process was a lot about relationship building. So I did a lot of listening and empathizing and understanding and perspective giving, so that she could understand what was going on in her world and understand how other people were understanding the world around her. So a lot of it was empathetic, listening and reframing and reorganizing and kind of giving tools in a way that she could understand the world, not necessarily tools in the sense of how can I work on this outside of session. So it was a lot of understanding what was happening for her and her experience of the world. And then eventually she came to a point where she needed to do more exploring. And so she went and found other programs that worked for her, and another therapist that was more skill-based and was able to kind of launch her more into skill building and thinking, especially as she kind of grew up in this therapeutic process. She was able to then find new places to explore tools and understand things and learn things And so we eventually said goodbye, and she's now working with a different therapist and still exploring other programs. And so that was Penny's journey through therapy with me. And I think this is a very common experience that I have with clients, where they come in quite young and they build relationship and learn how to understand themselves and understand the world around them. And that's the work that we do together, is understanding and exploring their self, and so that they feel confident to go on and do other types of therapy that are maybe a little bit more intensive or skill-based in their process once they've learned to build that relationship. So that's my journey with Penny, and is always a client that I'm very fond of. So I hope that helps you. And until next time, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, both on Apple and Android. New episodes will be released every Friday. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to join the conversation. Leave a review or subscribe to the podcast hosted on the Anchor app. All these details can be found at janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.